Yesterday, we told you about Guthrie Dr. Geneva Ballard, who was preparing for a mission to bring critical medical supplies and training in breast cancer detection and treatment to a hospital in need in Ethiopia. Now in her second installment of the three-part exclusive series, WENY's Isabel Garcia shows you what Dr. Ballard experienced. Take a look.
On Friday, January 10th, Dr. Ballard took a 13-hour direct flight from Toronto, Canada, to Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia. Along for the trip, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of breast cancer medical equipment she collected from across the country to donate to St. Paul's Hospital, where she would be training physicians. While she says the flight was mostly uneventful, once the plane landed, there were some immediate challenges involving customs.
They had x-rayed our bags and realized they were full of needles, and they're probably not going to let us just walk into the country with them. So we had a lot of forms, donation letters, and other kind of documentation that we had with us that we gave to them.
But it wasn't enough. Dr. Ballard was not allowed to leave the airport with the equipment.
We ended up having to go back to the airport to further discuss the release of our medical equipment on Wednesday night. So we gave them a couple of days to sort it out, to try to get forms from whoever they needed documentation from, including the Minister of Health and the FDA for Ethiopia. And by Wednesday evening, we were pretty sure they were not going to release our bags to the hospital, at least not in a timeline where we'd be able to use them.
While the status of delivering those much-needed donations remained unknown, Dr. Ballard and the group from Brad Aid International, the nonprofit behind the mission, worked on breast cancer treatment training.
You can't just put a mammography unit in a place and expect that that results in lives saved from breast cancer. So there are many pieces and many teams that need to interface with each other. So not just breast cancer detection, but breast cancer diagnosis, and then breast cancer treatment planning and oncology services.
Dr. Ballard tells me much of this kind of training surrounded the order in which doctors at St. Paul Hospital approach breast cancer care.
They start with an ultrasound where we would have started with a mammogram, and so then there's a lot of back and forth as to like, when are we going to get the mammogram done, because from my standpoint it would have already been done before I even saw the patient. And so just like nailing down, okay, this happens first, then this happens second, this happens third, and then you're not backtracking to do the thing that should have already been done.
Dr. Ballard herself sat down with the doctors to find out how they felt about breast cancer care overall in Ethiopia.
Hi. All right. So I was just going to ask you guys, it's been a very great week together, and I've loved getting the chance to work with you and see your work here. It's amazing what you're doing. I just wanted to kind of get your thoughts on the situation with breast radiology at St. Paul and kind of the challenges to Ethiopian breast care in general.
The policymakers, they are very much against breast program. I don't know why, even though breast is a leading cancer among women in Addis. This is a well-established data. We have collected for 6-7 years, and we saw that the breast cancer is increasing in number.
Now, getting back to those bags of donated medical supplies, Dr. Ballard and another volunteer went back to the airport a third time to renegotiate the release of that equipment.
Finally walked out of the airport with our bags and felt like we had basically won the Olympics of Ethiopian bureaucracy navigation. So we did get the stuff, and we were able to use it for the remaining 2 days. So Thursday morning we rolled in with 2 suitcases full of 250 biopsy devices to replace their one remaining device. It was a little bit like Christmas morning.
And Nick, in talking with Dr. Ballard, it was just so great to see that there was actually a happy ending to that story, that they were able to get those donations to the hospital, especially when they were down to just one needle for a supply.
No, really, no, especially. And it was great to see all those photos and videos that Dr. Ballard took. So what can we expect to see in your final story for tomorrow?
Yes, so for tomorrow evening special report, we're going to be talking with Dr. Ballard about just the overall trip and just her experiences in general, and then whether or not she feels that the goal she set out to accomplish was actually met. And then she'll also talk about the importance of global health. So I'll be bringing that special report to you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock.
All right. Thanks, Isabel.
Thank you.